You know, a couple of issues happen while we finally leave the cabin. We come on vacation. So we just want to go through some of those.
The thing is, you know, like usually when people start think about or talking about extra ways of earning, Airbnb are one of the first suggestions, because people always say, yo, passive income that. Set up our Airbnb passive income that. But this trip, as well as our everyday experiences, have taught us that there is nothing passive about this. Actually, it's a really, really hard work. And you have to present. Like if you're not present, hello. If you are not present, so many things like your listing can mash up in a one weekend. If you're not present or if you don't have a reliable team at work for you. And I'm going to be going through, or we are going to be going through some of the areas, the active parts of operating the Airbnb business.
Exactly.
And number one are the communication. From step one, which is setting up the listing, you have to spend a lot of time to do that properly, because you have to be very, very clear in using words and images to capture the actual product that you have. You can't misrepresent, you can't oversell, you can't undersell, because the point is to get guests. But the bigger point is to connect your listing with the guest.
Right guest.
To the right guest.
Yeah.
It gets them what? Because remember, I know the truth is, I know everybody, everything is for. So our thing, the whole cabin experience, is not for every guest. So we have to make sure that in our listing, we're very clear with what is present, so that a guest can make an informed decision. Because if we oversell or try and connect with the wrong target audience, they will come, they might go disappointed, they might go give you one bad review, they might go torment you for the whole duration of this trip, make you can't sleep properly at night. So it not gonna make no sense. So clarity is necessary. All of the little details them, everything where you know say might affect a guest, you have to make sure it's realistic. For example, we know that people coming into the Mobile area may think about violence. We don't want to hear the range and get anxious.
Yeah guys, so this is one of the things where even one of our guests, like they came and they just checking. I mean, we communicated to them in our listing, and we also sent out a message the next day to say that if you hear it, it is arranged nearby. So we don't want you to come and hear the shots of being fired. And trust me, some people extra with the rain. Yeah,
them go on bad when they're ready, especially on the weekend.
Especially on a Sunday.
Yes. So really you know go check in on a Sunday. First thing, you're probably a little bit apprehensive because you come on Mobile for the first time. And you get all travel advisory. And now you reach at the cabin and all you hear a gunshot. That can throw you off.
It can throw you off.
You will either want to leave, you will not want to come out. It got just damn your whole experience. And one of the things, you know, and it's critical when you operate something, you need to experience it. That's why we do these little trips. We go in a tourist mode to actually see how they feel, what affect them and them something. If me come right here so and shut a fire, it mash up my mates.
You can't second. You can't
second. So all of those little details must be communicated. We're up in the hills and we have a lot of trees. There was a time in my life when if I see one lizard, I drop down on there. Literally. But I have to tell the people them so they must see lizard, because I don't want the people them with the lizard phobia come. They burn me up there.
And people actually said to us that they want about the cabin, but they're afraid of lizard.
The cabin because they're afraid of lizard. No, we don't really have a lot. And you might not see none.
You might not see none, because
it's quite likely you don't see none. But
it's a possibility.
And what are you gonna do? So we have to mention them something. The spider. If you're afraid that when I wake up in the morning and I try to go outside, you might just see one web block you inside. But I'm gonna say it's like she's locked in because the web that was
The spider web.
Yeah, overnight. So if you're afraid of spider,
you might see a spider.
Yeah.
But
So-
that's a part of the experience,
So
guys.
all of
Because you
them-
can't come in the woods in the cabin and don't expect to see nature. You understand? This is a part of the experience. So
we have to-
even though it's there, we have to tell you because a part of the communication so that whoever made the decision to come at the cabin know exactly what they are book.
So, the communication in terms of the listing, creating the listing, that's important. The communication up to the time of check-in. We have scheduled messages, of course, which give you check-in instructions, give you a direction. But there are going to be people who don't really read. Them are going to call you. You have to can respond to them. Even if the information is written and you just send them it, some people will call you and ask about the very
Same
thing
thing where you just send.
where you just send them. So,
Yeah.
and then there are people who have unique needs.
Yes.
So, some guests require a lot, some don't require no. Some don't ask no question at all. Them just book the place, come at the cabin, and leave. Nothing at all. And them leave you a 5-star review. So I not like say,
Them not asking nothing, them
them
just
not asking
turn
nothing,
up
them just turn up,
and
do them time, say
leave.
thank. Some will say thank you when them are
Some
going.
will say nothing.
Some will say nothing at all, they just get a review.
Yeah. Yeah,
While there are
like you
those-
would have there worry and I said, January, I wonder if them like
Yeah.
the place. Nothing you're telling us say. I wonder if it's good. Wonder if it meet them
Yes.
expectation. But them not give no feedback until you get that review.
There are
Yeah.
those of them what before them book them question you. After them book them question you.
And while them there,
What no before the day before they reach them question you.
yeah.
You know the morning when them a come them a ask a question. When they reach them a ask a question every single day. When them a go in they ask a question. And after they leave, them ask if the baby born yet. So there are those who are going to be in contact with you and to make them comfortable because it's not just about the property. Guest experience.
It's the experience.
Yeah, it's the overall thing. So for the overall experience to be great, you have to can engage them. You may not be able to meet every need, but you can point them to certain needs. Some people will come and when they reach, that's the time that they're thinking about how they're going to get around.
Yeah, yeah.
So you have to go connect
and
them
that
now.
is one of the next thing about our listing.
Yes.
Because we are in the hills, literally you need to have a vehicle
Yeah.
in order to get around.
You can't really walk up the hill without
Without a vehicle.
yeah.
So you need to have a vehicle. You can walk the hill, but
It's difficult, man.
it's
especially
difficult
if
to
you
get
have bags.
round. And again, the location, facilitate things like, some people come and expect like Uber Eats and
Yes.
the food delivery service. Them not come up the hill. Some come, but them really take long to come.
Even find one shop. So
If you find a shop, it's a good little walk. So you have like 15-20 minutes if you go find a shop. And I think that's so much.
no, it's not really far,
Yeah.
but the hill is steep.
But the hill steep, so you
So you
never
go
buy a
tired
grocery.
out.
If you come back up with the hill, probably
You got tired up, man.
I got tired out. So some of them little things we have to communicate them to the guests.
And we have to
So
kind
them
of
know
fast
that.
connect them, do little liaison work. Based on the nature of our listing. So the communication, that is a big part. And you have to, it's like you have to always be present.
And then no, another point is the whole point of you actually being there for the guests when the guest is there.
Yes.
Like some of the guests they would not say, they don't say anything to you, but the minute you leave,
Can
Them-
I get some extra coffee?
can I get some extra coffee? Can I get so that's how we say we come on this
Or
trip.
somebody make a mistake with the gate
Yeah.
and they just throw up
Alright,
everything.
so these are some of the experience. So this is really our first trip away from the cabin in a full swing. And to tell you the truth, well, in a full swing.
Full swing, yeah, with all
three
three
cabins
cabins
booked.
And doing turnovers.
And then doing
in our
turnovers in our absence.
Yes.
So this is really the first trip like that. So we have a guest staying there, right? And the day of we head into the airport to catch a flight, we get a message. Now this guest hasn't said anything
to us.
from the whole
check-in
process. Nothing at all. Just no communication. The day of us leaving, this is now like about 2 days in or 3 days in to the stay. The day of us going to the airport, we get a call. Can we get a broom? There's a spider. Also,
there's a broom in the unit.
There's a broom in the unit.
And see a communication issue.
Yeah.
There's a broom in the unit. There is a guest book which tells you where to find everything.
Yeah.
But some people just probably never get wrong to the instructions.
So because of the space constraint with the cabins, we have to be creative with how we do like the broom. So we have these fold-up brooms that we put under the kitchen counter. So those are there, but not everybody sees it.
Yeah.
So they didn't see it at the time. So
you have to do it then.
Right as we lock the door and something and I get ready, packing the suitcase, we get a message. They need a broom because of a spider. Also, they want to know if there's any more coffee. They can get some. So right then and there, we have to do that.
Yeah.
Anyway, we saw that out before we go.
And if we're absent, we do have these things on property, but they are in areas that are designated for the workers. So we don't really like send guests
in those areas.
In those areas.
Yeah. So yeah. So that one was easily sorted out. Now, while we were away, we get a call. Well, not a call, but we had a turnover. And we had a checkout check-in, meaning that check out of one cabin and somebody else checking into that cabin.
The same unit.
We need to have the unit clean. And we have the cleaners there when we were leaving, and when we were going to board the flight, we realized that the guests hadn't even leave the unit yet. No, this was like 12. Checkout is like 11. And we are sending messages to the guests, no response. So we have to take action. So we tell the cleaner, say, listen, over to the unit, knock the door, and just tell them to come for clean because the unit need for clean by 3 o'clock. So that's what the cleaner do, and end up the guests say they're coming out. Now when them leave the place in a mess. More than the usual. So guess what?
We only had one worker that day.
We have a 12:43 flight. It's now 12 o'clock. The flight is now boarding. We have to go up on the flight. We have guests. 3 o'clock, I go catch up on the flight. So we don't know if it's going to sort out or, you know, or all of that. But luckily and thank God.
Plus one thing about my team, and that is what makes it workable. That's why we can even not be there on a day like today. It's an efficient team.
Yeah.
A good people work with. Be a good people. So when I realized that one cleaner may be having a challenge, I call cleaner number 2. I said stand by.
Yeah. Just
in case she's not able to finish, she's not managing, I can just run in and help her even though I feel I'm cleaning here. So you have to have one efficient team. And the second note now, so we talk a lot about communication. All now we talk about communication. Long. Go up on the whole cleaning thing.
Yeah.
Yo, you see cleaning, that's critical to your product. If your place not clean good, first thing, promise, open the door. If the ambience not right, you turn off your guests. So the place have to clean, the place have to smell good, which means you have to establish clean. And remember, like people health at risk, so you have to establish standards. You have to train and retrain. You can't just leave it up to one person because everybody know what happens when no accountability in our system. Right? Next one, okay. Everybody knows. Me know, you know what happens when no accountability.
Yeah.
When boss not there at work, we kind of feel like we're chill because we not feeling pressure.
Yeah.
So we have to make sure the accountability in anything,
so
that standards are maintained. So after every clean, we don't leave it to one person. So even if I have one person who is turning the room, somebody else must do a walkthrough. So that whatever the main cleaner missed, the second person can pick it up. And there is always going to be something. So, across?
Next one, across.
Next one? Okay. There's always going to be something. So, whatever one person missed, the second person who is doing the walkthrough has to pick up. So we have to have one protocol, we have to have one checklist, and we have to train people in using it to maintain the cleaning standard. So that takes up a lot of time. And remember, not just cleaning the room, but I'm taking care of the linens. I'm taking care of the service building. Remember, we have a lounge, we have an external restroom, we have the laundry.
And we have the yard, the outside environment.
We have the outside environment. So we have to make sure that all of those areas are always well maintained. So accountability is critical. You have to present. If you leave it up, it might be serious.
Hold on, we could cross the road and get back there. One time. Wait, we're good.
So we just did ready? We just did the whole cleaning protocol, and the fact that that takes a lot of time. The other thing will take up enough time too is the marketing. Because remember, people decide if they want to work with you even before an actual. Just from the first conversation, and I've gotten comments about that in my reviews. The conversations, you have to be customer friendly long before the book. So not just when they spend their money, you're nice to them. You have to, from they say hello, your hello has to be welcoming. So that too, the inquiries, that's how something what I'm continuing as well.
Yeah. So really and truly, guys, it's not a walk in the park.
Even
like what we're doing right now.
Check the things them.
Yeah.
To see what's broken.
Yeah, so we have an issue with like the ceiling fan remote. So one guest come and they ask how the ceiling fan works. So I'm telling the guests that
you're just giving the instructions.
I was giving the instructions on how it works. But only to find out that the ceiling fan remotes have an issue. So what you have to do is before each guest comes, I have to go and screw the remote open, and it's like doing a reset on the remote. But to screw it open every time, very difficult and time consuming and all of that. So what we're going to have to do for that is we're going to have to buy some new remotes, so a better quality or something like that. But the maintenance in between is critical. So I guess
like
come out.
Maintenance good because
it's not in it's not really in the guest space, so it's easy to do.
Yeah. Plus,
but like when you have to do things in between checkout, like I guess you come out and say the towel rack or screw up, alright, papa.
Alright. You see why timing matters? If you do not come out on time and we have a check-in that same day. Hold on.
Alright, back over there today.
We may not get a chance to fix those other things, and so the experience of the person who is coming in might be compromised just because of your delay. So
you have to depend on man to change these things. Then
the gate, the manual is it?
The gate, so the kind of gate we have, there are a number of ways for the guests to enter the property. We can program the cell number in the gate, and then they can call it. And there's also the way that they can put in the code and get in. There's a remote and there is access from like our phone, so we can open the gate over Wi-Fi. Couple access, but when a guest just come, there's only 2 ways they can enter the property. They have to call a number, or they have to put in the code manually. So calling the number for some guests is not easy, because imagine traveling from overseas, you don't have any phone, any SIM card, anything like that. So you can't call it. So they go around to that is actually go and put in the number that we send you. That's the safest way.
So make sure that way is always working.
But in order to do that, to input those numbers, we have to do it manually. And so we were traveling and we were relying on the cleaners to go in and set that gate manually for the turnovers that we had. And we send the code, because that particular code that you have to put in.
It's a very long.
It's a very long code that you have to put in.
And if one something,
if one number missing, it not go work. So what we did, we send the code. The code have 2 stars in it, right? And some other special characters. So we are here on vacation, trying to vacation.
That's the word.
And waiting to go on the road, you know. In your hotel you have Wi-Fi, so you don't want to move until you know.
Make sure they get set before we move.
Make sure they get set before we move.
Because if the guests come and can't enter the property, you have to give them a refund.
Yeah, a review.
No,
and a bad review that
they get a refund.
Once
they come and they cannot access the property, they can just report that to Airbnb and immediately they get a full
refund.
Yeah.
So we are here sending the code to the cleaners to put in. They're saying it not working. Then we said no, but the code right.
And she do it already, so I don't know.
And she input the code already and it got through. And she said it not working. And we said no man, take your time, do it slow. It's working. So it so happened that our phone dropped the same day. And mash up. So Murphy's Law just against us, that like everything that could go wrong started to go wrong. Phone mash up the same day when we need to have contact with her, with we being away and she being there. So I use her laptop to read WhatsApp messages, so I can't call her. I can only send her a message or send her a voice note. So
that's not the process.
And
she's doing that while doing a turnover.
She do that while she a turnover, or doing a check-out, check-in turnover.
Yes.
In at the same time. So you know time ago.
For your guests, check out late.
For a late check-out guest, yeah. So
time ago.
You know time ago and you need to work. She under pressure to get it done. Me under pressure because me can't move unless me know say this sorted out and know say the guests can actually get access to the property. So all of that are gone. You know what happened? It turns out said
she called me on Instagram.
Oh wait, yeah. She ended up a call me on Instagram to get through because she couldn't call me no other way. And we sit down and we say, let's go through this one button at a time. And we start read out the code to her and make sure press one button. You know what was the issue? Apparently when we send the code to her WhatsApp, when she read it on the computer, one of the stars them missing. And then we send it wrong, and just the computer read it wrong.
I wasn't looking back at what we sent, and I was looking at what she got.
Yeah.
Two different stuff.
Two different things.
I don't know how that works. I still don't understand that.
We can't understand it, but I just Murphy's Law. Whatever will go wrong, will go wrong. And you can't prepare for it. You just have to just deal with it when it come up. So some of them things that make it not really passive as how it seems.
It's not.
Yeah,
far from it.
Yeah.
And the moment you get passive and the moment you're listening, really, the things will go down.
Yeah, it will go down. You have to give.
On target.
You have to do the feet. You can't leave your business. You can't leave your business unattended. Even if you find ways to work around it, but you're still involved. Even though we're on vacation, we're still involved. We still have to ensure say the guests them I can communicate. If the time come and we check the cameras and we see the guests don't leave yet and them something. We have to get on it, you know. Contact them and ask them if them have issues. Because some of the guests them not have no issue, you know.
Yeah.
And them now communicate, say them have issues. Them now say nothing at all to you. Them just there, sit down. I mean, we have had guests who say, yo, even leave reviews to say, yo, the place was so nice, we just didn't want to leave.
These are guests who check out like 3 hours after their checkout time.
Yeah. So, but sometimes, you just
can facilitate it sometimes.
Yeah, we can facilitate it sometimes, but especially this time this season, when we have a lot of check-in, trust me, it is hard. But I hope this video help you, some of you guys who are thinking about going into the Airbnb business, shed some light on the
actual operation
of it. Yeah,
which is different from just getting a unit and setting up and listing.
Yeah.
The actual operation takes a lot.
Yeah, and you have to bid your feet, so you can't just leave it, you know?
So it's not just the whole real estate,
yeah.
It's the tourism aspect. It's a combination of two things.
Yeah.
So there's the real estate aspect of getting the unit or whatever, but there's also the tourism aspect of it to cater to guests and give them the right experience.
The hosting. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I like what I'm doing.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice.
It's nice.
But anyway, we're outside here saying it's cold right now. We're gone, so
we actually are go home before we get some things.
In fact, we are go home before we get some things right now.
For the next listing.
So stay tuned for that. Alright, so until next time, keep your dream alive. We're out.